Hi guys, Michael here. Just filling you in on what's happening and why I haven't really done. I mean, I've just done Journey, but why I fell behind a bit with Game of Thrones. Well, as you know, I did Journey in one go, and after I finished it, I got flu pretty bad, and I've been basically messed up for about a week. I mean, throat terrible, can hardly speak, no voice, which would please some people. Sniffling all the time, like really bad headache, almost migraine kind of thing. It's not been good. It's been quite bad. I remember one time I actually had the idea of, well, I'll fight through. I'll still do a video even though I feel awful because it shows dedication. And I remember I did a video and I was sniffling through it, and I thought, well, you know, I only sniffled probably about 7 times throughout the whole video. And I thought, well, you know, people will see that I'm dedicated and it's fine. And all I got were lots of comments saying, you sounded disgusting. And it was like, okay, don't stop crying real tears about it. I'll stop. So I kind of learnt my lesson there and realised that it's, you know, you don't get nothing for dedication. So if you feel ill, don't try and do a video. Just get better. So I'm getting there. I've got a cough, but as you can hear, my voice is back. So some will be sad about that. The headaches have just about gone. Although I still get a little bit of a thump in my head when I cough, which is a problem because I cough quite a lot. So, well, yeah, there's only the cough mainly, but I can always edit me coughing out. Like I'm going to cough now, and you won't hear it. See, now that was a good cough, but you don't know. So I'll be doing that. I'll just be cutting out coughing parts anyway, and everything will be fine. So I should be okay. So I'm going to get Game of Thrones done. I'm going to record from tomorrow because only today I've started feeling up to it again, up to really doing videos. So I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to do Game of Thrones. I'm going to try and get it all done and maybe put up in like 1 or 2 more videos and get that done. I don't even know if there's anything else more out. I haven't checked. I don't know if there's any more Tales from the Borderlands or anything like that. I'll have to have a look and see. And if there is, then I'll just catch it up. I'm looking for another game now. I've had a couple suggested to me, which of course I'm going to look into. And if there's anything good, then I think I will, because I'm looking for another non-Telltale game to play. Okay, so that's the illness out of the way. Now, secondly, I've been watching E3. I thought I'd just tap on that for a second in case any of you have been watching it and wanted to mention something about it. So I was watching E3 and got excited to see that there's going to be a Final Fantasy VII remake, which is great because Final Fantasy VII was absolutely amazing, and it looks incredible from the trailer. The trailer, you're seeing it now. It's actually on screen now. This is for Final Fantasy VII remake.
The star that threatened all burns eternal in our hearts. In its wake came an age of silence. Yet with each fond remembrance, we knew those encountered were not forgotten. That someday we would see them again. Perhaps it was no more than wishful thinking. But after the long calm, there are now the beginnings of a stir. The reunion at hand may bring joy, it may bring fear, but let us embrace whatever it brings. For they are coming back. At last, the promise has been made.
I'll definitely be getting it, and it's on PlayStation, so it's perfect, because of course I have got a PlayStation 4, so that's all good. But by far, for me, there was a different game that stole the show. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have a favourite game of all time, Now, I've been playing games for a long time, longer than, well, if you're about 16, longer than you've been alive, because I've been playing them for a long time. And out of all the thousands, and literally I have played probably thousands over time of games that I've played, I've sometimes moved around my top, like, between 2 and 10. I've kind of moved that round a lot. Sometimes it's Fallout New Vegas that's like really down where number 2 is, and sometimes it's the Shining Forces. If you remember, I've played them on my channel. So sometimes a bit Shining Forces that are like 2 and 3 or 3 and 4, whatever. And I kind of jiggle things around a bit. But there is one game that never moved, never got touched, nobody ever took it, never got close, and that was my game at number 1. No matter no matter what game came through, no one ever got close, and that game was Shenmue 2. Now, you see Shenmue 2 on your screen right now. What Shenmue basically was, Shenmue, sorry, basically was, your father is it's kind of set in Japan. Your father is a teacher of martial arts, and of course you've got that bad student, ends up getting kicked out, blah blah blah, comes back not long in future and kills your father, and then leaves after beating you up a little bit. You're playing Ryo, Ryo. So you're playing Ryo, and so he beats you up a bit and then leaves. I don't know if he thinks he's killed you, but he doesn't. And so you find yourself. This is I'm going to kind of explain Shenmue 2 since that's the one that's my favourite. So you find yourself on a ship. You're heading to where you think he is. In main town and that kind of thing, and you get off and you've got to start a life. Now, Shenmue 2 is like living a life. It basically is. The docks are like they would be if you landed at them same docks. They've got the streets are very similar to the streets that are there. I don't know if they're there right now because this was years ago, but that were around at that time. There's everything that you can do. There's crazy amounts of things you can do. You can talk to anybody who's on the streets. There's markets you can visit and buy stuff. You can go to coffee houses, that kind of thing. There's even little capsule toy machines where you put your money in and turn that dial, and then you get a little capsule out. You just open it up and there's a little figure inside. You can even collect them, and if you get a full set, you can take them to a pawn shop and pawn them in for money, things like that. And sometimes there's just single figures that are rare. You can get good money for them. You can go and pawn them in. There's little arcade machines you can sit in and play things like Space Area and all that. And in amongst it all, there's of course a storyline where you're trying to find this guy who killed your father. And you've got and you learn. You meet people along the way, and some of them are just people you'll get to know, and they'll give you advice. But others are actually masters at martial arts, and they'll teach you things like martial arts moves that you can put into your fighting. And it's not like in a lot of games where, oh look, I've beat X amount of henchmen up, so I've just got a skill point, let me just go and put that in super spin kick to face kind of move, and suddenly you can do it. No, this is where you actually have to earn it. You'll meet a master, somebody who's a master, and he'll actually get you doing things like, carry all these books from point A to point B, and they'll all be quite kind of very precarious and that, and you've not got to drop any, and that's the task. If you drop one, you fail, and you think there's a time limit. And you think to yourself, like, why the hell am I doing this? And it's a bit like Karate Kid, where Miyagi gets that young lad doing wax on, wax off, and it's like, why the hell am I doing this? And you don't realise, but you're actually learning to block. It's kind of like that. You're doing things, and you think, why the hell am I doing this? And then eventually they'll reveal themselves as a master, and they'll teach you a move, and that then is something you can do. It's in your moveset. You haven't got to build it up or level it up or any crap like that, because you wouldn't in real life. If you learn to do something, if you learn a move, you're going to know how to do it. I mean, you'll get better as you do it, but basically you know how to do it, and you don't need to level it up. It's not going to be super weak when you start and get stronger, because it's only to do with your muscle power. And that's how this is basically. It's so you'll learn these moves, and then you can incorporate them going through. and you meet so many people. It is a vast, vast, vast game, and you've got to make money to survive and things like that. There's gambling games on streets you can go to. You wouldn't believe the detail in this, and it always held a very special place in my heart, and it always will. So why am I talking about this? Well, because at E3, after they dropped the bombshell of Final Fantasy VII Remake, which you've got to realise, the Final Fantasy fans have been wanting a remake of 7 for like 10 years or whatever it is. It's been a long time. They've been wanting, bringing up to date and that, and it's always been like yeah, maybe. Well, Shenmue 2 was made in 2001, so Shenmue fans, which I'm very, 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 very much one of, have been waiting 14 years for new Shenmue, and it's like it's been a torture, because there's so many websites and so many fucking rumours and it's coming back. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. And then websites start up that are kind of advertising next to it, and then it gets trashed, and it gets to the point where you just stop believing that it'll ever come back. And so I'm watching E3, Sony's presentation, and boom, Shenmue music kicks in, and Shenmue 3 comes up on screen, and yeah, that were it. I was gone. I didn't know what to think. My mind wouldn't work. I mean, I admit, when I played Walking Dead, when Lee died, I cried. I was emotional because of that. But I had tears in my eyes just at the fact of this coming back. It may sound really like weak to admit that, but you don't know. When you've waited for something for 14 years, had your hopes up and crushed, up and crushed, up and crushed, over and over and over and over again for 14 years, and then suddenly the one thing you've been really wanting to see all of a sudden is there in front of you. Trust me, it was like, wow. I just couldn't believe it. So, and you see in Shenmue 3 now, you see the trailer and everything now. It's been playing. So yeah, that's the only other thing I really want to talk about besides being ill. That and Shenmue 3, when it comes out, it's probably around about 2017. I'm telling you now, okay? Here's a promise from Michael. Forget the LordUg thing for a second. Here's a promise from Michael. Even if I have quit doing videos, or if I still do them, or whatever, when Shenmue 3 comes out, if I am alive, if there is breath in this body and I can move it to a computer, I will record Shenmue 3. Even if I've quit, even if I walk away, because I'm hoping I'll have fucking broadband by then, fibre by then, because it'll be like 2 years from, well, it'll be next year. It's like it'll probably be like December next year, so it's going to be quite a long time yet. And if I ain't got fibre by then, I'm going to be kicking somebody's ass anyway, so it don't really matter. But I'm hoping I've got fibre by then. But either way, it won't matter. That's my promise to you. Even if I do a video saying, I've always said if at the end, instead of saying the story continues, if I ever put the stories over, then that's it. I'm stopping doing videos. If I ever do that, it doesn't matter. Shenmue 3 comes, I will be back. I will Arnie it, I will be back. And I will do a Shenmue 3 walkthrough. It might be about 800 episodes, but I don't give a shit. I don't care if everybody leaves. I don't care if I'm the only one on channel. I will do a Shenmue 3 walkthrough if it's there. You have my promise on that. If it comes out and I can get to a computer still, I will do it. So that's it. Yeah, I just wanted to fill you in. So now you know I'll be back to doing Game of Thrones tomorrow. I will finish Game of Thrones, I promise you that. And I'm not saying I'll post it all tomorrow, but I will play it through to the end of this particular episode that we're on. Because I don't think I've got far to go, I'm guessing, but I don't think I have. So I'll play it to the end of the episode I've been on, and then over the next couple of days I'll get that up. I don't know if Tales from the Borderlands is back. If it is, then I'll start on that after. And remember, if you've got any non-Telltale games that you like or you'd like me to play, please either put it in the comments or send me a message, and I will look at it for you. Thank you to those that have suggested games. I am going to look at them. I haven't looked at them yet, because like I say, I've got flu. So I am going to look at them, and I will, if any of them look good, I will definitely play it. I'm also thinking of playing that Sang-Froid game that I promised a long time ago, the Great and Wonderful Accurize 2 put me onto that, and I'm thinking of still playing that one day, and you know, well, we'll just see how that goes. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and I will be back as soon as I can. So you take care of yourselves. Love you all, you know that, and bye for now.